Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be another one of those super fun videos because today we are going to be doing another informational plant tour. But today isn't just going to be a normal informational plant tour. Today is going to be a massive, huge informational plant tour. We're going to be talking so much about each plant. So before we do start today's video, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you not miss our video, and please like this video. Let's go and start today's video. So, I will say today is July something, to be honest. I don't know the exact date, but what's kind of weird is I'm in kind of the Missouri area, so usually July is like brutally cold. Today it is coming close to hitting 60 degrees, which is insane for July. So I like to just say the temperature, just how the room feels is so amazing because it's not been that high in months, in weeks. It's been like the last time I saw the percentages being that high was weeks ago. I think the last time was like maybe around Halloween. So that is so exciting, but also a little bit nerve-wracking because it's July. So I will say just the air quality in this room is just so amazing. Really love that. So really talking about the oregano, some spots is having a little bit of some problems I'm really noticing, like pulling this out. Some of these plants are starting to fall over, but it looks like some of these ones in this area, for some reason, those aren't like growing as fast as the others, which is interesting, but it's not at the top of my radar right now because it's not extremely significant. Just kind of like these patches, and that patch right there. But that always happens with plants. Either that particular section did not get enough water during germination, or not enough heat, or not enough light. A lot of factors could be towards that area, and they're just really behind. Or mold is starting over there. Usually that's worst case scenario, because just mold absolutely wipes out everything. Mold is really bad. But it's not horrible in these types of pots. But once it comes to microgreens, once the mold starts, you can't stop it. Mustard. I don't have much to say about that. So mustard starting to grow, very exciting. I don't have much information to share about mustard because I've never ever grown it. It'll be a very interesting and fun learning experience to see how this works. Dill is also starting to sprout today and germinate, and I'm so incredibly excited about that because I'm excited to start working with dill. I will say, going back to this plant, we are starting to have some leaves starting to die out, so that was the second thing I meant to talk about first, but I got sidetracked by those little patches. I'd say probably I could hold off on watering that particular section. There's some stuff I'm going to be talking about later in today's video that really does need water, but other than that, nothing really needs water. Going down the shelf, we have this fun and exciting area. We have 3 different types of plants right here. I usually like to kind of push down the soil a little bit so it doesn't affect those particular plants right there. All 3 of these will be going in either the hydroponic or aquaponic system. Pretty much all of these will be going in the aquaponic system. But kind of just talking about these really quick. The cilantro, I've never worked with cilantro in the system. It's only parsley, so that'll be very exciting. Basil, it's actually growing pretty significant. You can see it right there. And then parsley, I actually just did a massive parsley harvest and turned that into some seasoning. It's just the flavor in the parsley from the aquaponics is so incredible. Really love that. We also have the strawberries right here. Now, I do wish these were maybe double their size by now, but at the end of the day, they're still growing really successfully. They're doing great, absolutely thriving. So, very excited about that. A lot of these are starting to grow pretty amazingly, and I think I might do some work with maybe some blueberries later for a different video and really do a lot of work with that. But for right now, I'm going to hold off on that. Then, going over here, we have our kind of hydroponic way of growing the tomatoes. These are going to be very cool. You can kind of see the beginning of that root structure on that one plant, which is really cool. Really fun to look at and check that out. And then going over here, we have 2 plants right here. I don't have a lot of working with lemongrass. Same with peppermint. I've grown peppermint in the old hydroponic system before I turned it into the aquaponic system. But other than that, I do feel like it's starting to do pretty good. I've had a lot of problems recently germinating it, so I'm very, very happy and satisfied to see that it is starting to germinate. Then, going all the way down the shelf, we have a ton of stuff happening right here. First thing is gonna be, we have 3 types of vegetables and 3 flowers. So, looks like a lot of stuff ended up saying hello to the light today. The cucumbers, the broccoli really thriving. Celery, it's still there. Poppy seeds, those are doing pretty good. Daisy seeds, those are starting to come out, and I'm very, very excited about that. And then we have cosmos, and these are doing very, very exciting, and just everything about that's doing so successful. Now, I'm gonna go over and let's go ahead and talk about the strawberry plants. Now, kind of just pointing a second towards these, I've recently had a lot of problems just letting them grow. For some reason, they just really don't like their room. It could be a lot of factors. Either the room was getting a little bit too cold at night, which could be a big possibility. But I will say, I do feel like one of the biggest problems was I was overwatering too much for too long. And it really just damaged the root structure. So now it's kind of at its first few days. Now, obviously, the leaves are still much, much, much bigger than the other strawberry plants I'm germinating right now. But pretty much all of these are doing pretty good. I am a little bit nervous because this leaf looks like it doesn't have much time left. But it looks like there's a leaf that's going to take its spot very soon. These are still there. They really, a little bit nervous about those. Same with this. Looks like some of these old leaves ended up actually dying out. So that is definitely a problem. I actually just saw the leaf come up on that. I don't really know where it went because that leaf has been there for quite some time. And then that's doing pretty good. But definitely a big mistake I will not be doing in the future. But it's also nice that problem ended up happening because now I know what happens when I overwater this and what I can look for, and I can tell you guys what you can look for if you are overwatering your plants. Then going up, we have rosemary and bunching onions. Both of these I don't have a ton of experience with. I will say I've never worked with bunching onions, and the last few months has been my first time growing it. Rosemary, first time I was growing it was outside. We actually do have the plant outside still, and really hope that does not come out of hibernation and with winter starting to look like it's being done. So a little bit nervous about that because that could really strongly damage a lot of plants. But going up to the very top shelf, we have all our flowers, and these are doing really exciting. We also have lavender right here. So the lavender, we have 1 plant. And yeah, so we have 2 different types of flowers. We have morning glories and we have cosmos. We are actually germinating cosmos right now and letting it grow, and then we're going to take those out. But morning glories, don't really know what I'm going to do with those. I think I'm just going to get rid of all 3 of these plants, and I might just get rid of the lavender and put that plant in a different pot to hopefully start doing a lot better. But there is that shelf. So let's go over to this shelf and start working with this. So first thing is, these 2 plants aren't our main pea plants. This is up here, and this is our main tomato plants. We aren't really doing a lot of work with the hydroponic stuff right now because that's more of a test to see if that works. But going back down, these are doing pretty good. This is what I call a bunched up method. There's a more accurate term for it, but pretty much once you actually think about it, it is bunched up. Some but these are actually doing pretty good. Some of the leaves are having a little bit of some problems, but that could also be a possibility of the root structure still kind of adjusting to the new pot. And soil does look a little bit wet, so I think I'm just going to dry it out for the next few days. And that some of those leaves could be dying because it's being severely overwatered. Going over to this plant, I do feel like these are getting pretty close to start producing flowers, and tomatoes, I will say, they do need to get a little bit taller, but lately they've been growing significantly quickly. And yeah, then we have these plants. These are our pea plants. These are doing incredible. A lot of growth, a lot of amazing stuff. I actually posted a video talking about both of these plants earlier this morning, so if you guys want to check that video out, I would really appreciate it if you would. We did a lot of information talking about both of these and kind of my opinion on growing peas and tomatoes. Now, going over to the aquaponics system, there is a lot to talk about over here. First thing is going to be the fish. Now, lately I haven't really done the kind of vacuuming area, so I think I might do it later tonight. But to be honest, I'll probably just do it tomorrow because so far the water quality and then the bottom of the rocks actually look really good. So I think for now, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of hold off. But looking at all the fish are absolutely thriving. In the past, about a week, I think it's about a week and a half, I've not had a single fish, sadly pass away, which is so exciting. And all of the fish are thriving, no problems whatsoever with any of the fish. And just really excited about that. I'm going to start doing a big project very soon during the summer, building an ecosystem. That system won't really be a aquaponics system. I might do some aquaponics stuff later on after I build the system, but that'll be just a fish tank and just something new to work with in the greenhouse. So now we have a lot going on over here. We have, well, this is our basil section I was telling you guys about a second ago. These are significantly doing great. Very excited and just extremely happy about both of these plants and how much they're actually growing. I will say I am having a little bit of some root rot with them just sitting in there. So lately I've been doing a big thing where I decided I was going to put a lot more air into the water. So right now we have a lot more air in the fish tank, and I really feel like since then the water quality has drastically improved. I also will say the fish have seemed a lot happier since I added them, and the snails are thriving. Just, it's crazy how much the fish tank benefited from just a little bit more air in the water. But talking about the plants more pieces, this isn't an informational plant tour. We have buttercrunch lettuce, Oakley lettuce, red ruby lettuce, grand lettuce, and bunching onions, but that is not lettuce. I will say the bunching onions don't look as good as like those plants right there, but it's obviously still a test for these to see how they react to this kind of system. So far, the roots don't have any signs of being damaged or any problems. I will say some of those roots don't look great, but other than that, the plants are doing pretty good. Hydroponic bunching onions, I will say those look really bad. They kind of look like dead grass in a way. So that is 100% a problem. So, great. I am considering, I've had a lot of problems with this system in particular, so I might do an upgrade later in a few months or a few weeks where I just kind of take apart the system, clean it out, try to clean out all that nutrients that the fish can't have, and then I'm going to hook both of these systems up together, and then the entire system will be a giant aquaponic system, and then I'll put a lot more in the fish tank and kind of turn that fish tank into an ecosystem also. We have a lot of other stuff in this. We have bunching onions, which I just talked about. All of this is basil. We have strawberries too, so that is exciting. I think I might move a lot of strawberries into the aquaponic system eventually. Oregano, that oregano looks really bad. And then we have cherry tomatoes and cilantro and cucumbers right here. And the cucumber is looking pretty good. I will say, the cucumbers that I'm germinating right now, that I ended up germinating like 2 weeks after these went in the system, so far those will probably absolutely outpass and outgrow that system pretty quickly. But so far, the aquaponics is really winning against kind of the war against to see which one's better, hydroponics or aquaponics. And so far, aquaponics has been drastically better with how much I've learned from the system and just plant growth and plant health. Then at the very end, bottom shelf right here, we have peas. I will say The ending of these are looking a little bit weirder, but that could also be a lot of factors with just everything. Looks like the pea plants are going to start taking over everything because it's starting to wrap over that grow light, and it's actually starting to peek its head through. It's actually it's going through the system right there. So that's interesting. And then it's also popping up right there. So that is so cool. We also have parsley. The parsley is looking pretty good. And then we have tango lettuce to end the lettuce journey. So we have 5 different types of lettuce in that. So that is so amazing. And yeah, so if you guys like these types of videos, this is gonna be the end of the video. So if you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you not miss our video and like this video. If you guys think this channel is interesting, if you guys want to check out any other videos, I'd really love it if you would. And if you guys made it through this entire video, please comment just the word plants. And then I'll know that all of you guys have supported the channel all the way through for this video. And yeah, so thank you all for watching today's video and supporting the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.